Hey guys, time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So today is Thursday and I was here at the shop by myself and I put the motor in the bus. So let's have a look here. So this is there's my reflection. This is the walkthrough, which is the 61, and its motor is a 40 horse. Again, this motor, the owner of the bus provided a motor that had been tested and was okay, so we didn't have the long block or anything rebuilt. And then the owner also sent out all the tin and had it powder coated, and then we basically assembled it up from there, and we restored the carburetor, the distributor, the fuel pump, the generator, pretty much all that stuff. The muffler on this one was a new old stock muffler that we found back east or down south, wherever that was, and then had it coated at MB Performance. And so, yeah, it went in pretty easily, actually. On buses, it's easy because the rear valence comes out, and so you can slide the motor straight in with the car on the ground. So no jacking the car 5 feet up in the air like you do with a Beetle or any of that nonsense, having to, have the motor tilted to get it in. Everything is pretty much straight and level. And so it just goes in really nice. And so, yeah, I went ahead and put that in after I put on the rear breastplate and then the front plate, which is the one on the opposite side of the motor from where I'm sitting here. Yeah, so this one back here, so confusing with Volkswagens, we call this over here the front of the motor. This is the back of the motor. Some people get real mad if people confuse those. I don't really care, but I do try to refer to them correctly as back of the motor, front of the motor. And it seems counterintuitive though, because this looks like it would be the front. Anyway, so yeah, I still had to put those two pieces of tin on the motor. They actually went on really nice. All the holes lined up really well. I think this is actually the tin off this particular motor, and I think the tin was all a matching set. So sometimes when you get them like that, everything lines up real nice because they were assembled before. Sometimes when you start mixing and matching tin that was off different motors or this or that, the holes just, they'll fight you a little bit. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. This went together really nice. And yeah, so I put those on and then put the motor in the car and went ahead and hooked up the throttle cable. And sorry about that, had to pause the video for a second here. So anyway, yeah, hooked up the throttle cable, wired up the generator, voltage regulator technically, wired up the coil, wired up the idiot light here for the oil pressure, and connected the heater controls on both sides. That actually is the only thing so far that's fought me. I don't know why, but they were just kind of a pain in the butt to get them working correctly, but they seem to be working pretty well now. So there's these big flaps here that are supposed to close when you turn the heater on, so the air is directed toward the car, and I don't know, they weren't cooperating, but I'm pretty happy with how they are now. So that's about it. The only other thing I did, small thing, was I had not put the ground wire, which you can see right. You can see it right there. That's the ground wire. I hadn't connected that on the rear tail lights yet, so I went ahead and put the ground wire on both sides. Again, just kind of easier to do, at least before the valence is in, because it's easier to kind of almost like crawl back there and work. But that's pretty much it. So spent a good chunk of the day putting this motor in and starting to connect up everything for it. And so that is pretty much it for today. Today will actually be the last day in the life episode for this week. My family and I are going camping tomorrow, and we'll be back on Sunday. So again, there will not be an episode tomorrow for those of you that that try and watch this daily. Tomorrow there won't be one. I'll be back Monday making another one. But this is our last camping trip here before the summer, before it gets too hot and too crowded. And we'll start camping again in the fall. So yeah, looking forward to some rest and relaxation out in nature, and then getting back to work on Monday. So I hope everyone has a good weekend, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again soon. Bye.